Hello friends, today we are going to discuss regarding new topic power amplifier. Before starting the discussion, first we will discuss where we require power amplifier in a circuit where actually we put power amplifiers. To understand that, first we will take a example of a multi-stage amplifier circuit. This is a block diagram of a multi-stage audio amplifier. We can see here this is the microphone where the microphone is converting a voice signal into a electrical signal, and that electrical signal will be fed into a voltage amplifier and voltage level will be amplified. After that there is another voltage amplifier, and output of this voltage amplifier will be fed into a power amplifier, and the output of the power amplifier will be directly fed to the loudspeaker. So, the power amplifier is required in the last stage before the loudspeaker. Okay? We required several voltage amplifiers to amplify the voltage level, because the power amplifier input voltage level is high enough. It is 2 to 4 volt range. So, here we have seen that power amplifiers is used in the last stage of a amplifier audio amplifier circuit. Now, let us see what are the difference between a voltage amplifier and power amplifier. In voltage amplifier we use a transistor, also in power amplifier we use a transistors, but in power amplifier we use a power transistor. Let us see the diagram. This is a amplifier circuit where a BJT is used, transistor. For power amplifier, that BJT or transistor should be the power transistor. We will use a power transistor, and in case of voltage amplifier we use normal transistors which can handle very low input. The difference between the power transistor and a voltage amplifier transistor is that power amplifier transistors, the power transistors which is used in power amplifier, the transistors are large in size, so that it can handle large power. Collector region of the transistor made large, and at the collector base junction we use basically a heat sink, as we need to dissipate the generated heat as it is handling large power. So, large heat will be generated and that heat needs to dissipate. So, heat sink is used at collector base junction. Also, the device structure, in the device structure, emitter and base region which is heavily doped for a power transistor. In case of normal transistor which is used in voltage amplification purpose, their base region is not heavily doped. Also, the base region of a normal transistor is very thin, whereas for in a power transistor base is thicker with compared to a normal transistor. Okay. Now, let us discuss the differences between a voltage amplifier and power amplifier. In voltage amplifier, the beta value of in a voltage amplifier is very high, it is greater than 100, and for power amplifier beta value is low, it lies between 5 to 20. Collector resistance RC is high enough 4 to 110 kilo ohm, whereas collector resistance for power amplifier is low enough 5 to 20 ohm. Input voltage of a voltage amplifier is very low, near about few millivolt, whereas in power amplifier input voltage is high enough, it varies 2 to 4 volt. Collector current is low, 1 milliampere for voltage amplifier. Collector current for power amplifier is high, greater than 100 milliampere. Input impedance of a voltage amplifier is very high, near about 12 kilo ohm, and for power amplifier it is low, 200 ohms. Output power for voltage amplifier is low, for power amplifier it is very high. Coupling in voltage amplifier we generally use RC coupling, in power amplifier we generally use transformer coupling. We are discussing regarding the power amplifier. Now, based on mode of operation, power amplifiers are classified in class A amplifier, class B amplifier, class AB amplifier, class C amplifier, except that there are also other different classes of amplifiers are there, like as class D amplifier, class F amplifier, class T amplifier, class S amplifier, etc. there. In class A amplifier, collector current flows at all the time during the full cycle of signal. That means the input, if it is a sinusoidal signal, for 360-degree cycle, output will respond depending on the input. So, collector current flows at all times during the full cycle of signal. For class B amplifier, collector current flows only during the 1/2 cycle of the input signal. That means it will respond for 180 degree, rest 180 degree the transistor will not respond. For class AB amplifier, collector current flows during greater than half cycle but less than full cycle of the input signal. And for class C amplifier, collector current flows during less than half cycle of the input signal. Now let's start discussing first the class A amplifier. Here class A amplifier circuit is given. This is the input signal. Depending on that, output will change. Now if we see the load line and Q point for class A amplifier, we have to choose the Q point such a way so that for all input variations we will get the output variations. So full cycle, for full cycle the transistor will respond, and the efficiency of the class A amplifier is very poor, but in case of linearity the class A amplifier is linear amplifier. The efficiency is very low, near about 25%, and it's for this circuit it's more less than 25%. If we apply a transformer coupling or Darlington configuration, then the efficiency may vary up to 50% theoretically. If we apply transformer coupling, their maximum theoretical efficiency for class A amplifier will get up to 50%. What is efficiency? Efficiency is output power by here the supply DC power into 100. So, we will get efficiency in percentage. Now, if we want to increase the efficiency, then we can go for Darlington configuration. There you can see this is the Darlington configuration here. The gain of the current AI will increase, that is the multiplication of gain of transistor 1 and transistor 2. So, total gain of this configuration is beta 1 multiplication of beta 2. So, by that way we can increase the output current and efficiency will increase for Darlington configuration. Now, so that efficiency will go near about 30%, and if we apply transformer coupling, here transformer coupling is applied. Transformer coupling is used for impedance matching purpose. So, maximum power transfer theorem says source impedance and load impedance, if they are equal, then maximum power will be transferred. So, using transformer coupling we match impedance, and by that way we can go the efficiency, we can get the efficiency up to theoretically 50%. Let us see how to calculate the efficiency. Now, if I want to calculate the efficiency of a transformer coupled class A amplifier, then the RMS collector current ICE is the IC maximum minus IC minimum, that we will get 2 IC by 2 root 2. By that way we can get the RMS value of VC, that will be 2 VCC by 2 root 2, and the RMS power delivered to the load PAC, that will be to 2 IC by 2 root 2 into 2 VCC by 2 root 2. After calculation we will get VCC into IC by 2, and the average power drawn from the supply is PDC, that is VCC supply DC value into IC. Now, for efficiency calculation, the efficiency we can get by output power, that is AC PAC by the supply PDC into 100. Now, if we put PAC, that is VCC IC by 2, and PDC, that is VCC into IC, we will get that theoretical value of a transformer coupled class A amplifier is 50%. Theoretically we will get the efficiency 50%, but in practical cases the efficiency is much less than 50%.